This is about me going on a comic book collecting journey, and if you want to follow me along with that, then brilliant. Yes, my very first comic purchase, Abby. Now, you'd have seen from the thumbnail what this is anyway, because I'll put it on the thumbnail.
We've opened a comic before.
I opened the Judge Dredd, yeah.
Well, that's not your very first one then, is it?
The very first purpose-bought speculative buy as well. It's a first edition. It's the first appearance of a certain comic book character that could...
I don't know what you're talking about.
So basically, what I would suggest people, if you can see this comic, get hold of it. I managed to get this for £15, and which actually, like I said, it's a speculative purchase, but it's the first appearance of a certain X-Men comic book
Wolverine
character.
That'd be the only one.
No. It's the first appearance of
Magneto.
Onslaught.
Onslaught.
Never
heard of him.
Onslaught first appeared in cameo in X-Men Prime #1 from July 1995. Next, he was mentioned in name only in Uncanny X-Men #322. This was when the most powerful of villains of the X-Men, Juggernaut, was laid out by somebody who he merely mentioned in name, the name of Onslaught. And everyone was like, who's Onslaught? And Juggernaut was like, I don't know. But Onslaught made his first full appearance in the X-Men Volume 2, number 53, that I am showing you today from June 1996. Standing 10 feet tall, Onslaught was a sentient psionic entity. What is a psionic entity? Well, the user's body is formed from psionic forces and materialised thought, making them immune to all forms of physical attacks. Due to being a psychic entity, the user would have psionic powers that would appear limitless, even maybe godlike. Onslaught was created from the consciousness of two mutants. That was Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto. During a battle between the X-Men and Magneto's acolytes, Xavier used his telepathic powers to shut down Magneto's mind, rendering him catatonic, but he unknowingly absorbed Magneto's dark ego. Magneto's negative emotions merged with Xavier's suppressed urges, forming a powerful, dormant, psionic entity, the self-dubbed Onslaught.
Onslaught? I've never heard of Onslaught.
Right. They've struggled bringing him into the MCU, yeah?
So how old is Onslaught?
So this is I think this was a 1996 comic.
All right, so could I just possibly say he's never going to come out, is
Okay,
he?
so X-Men are joining the Marvel Universe. So MCU and X-Men are they're gonna start
do
moving
movies?
They are starting to come into the movies.
Oh, so you are quite knowledgeable.
And over the next 10 years,
is Logan going to be in one?
I don't know, but that's the direction. A lot of people think that X-Men's going to move more into the MCU.
They think. Is this a thing?
The MCU,
it's never gonna happen.
The MCU creators are trying, and have done for a while now, to involve X-Men more into the Marvel Universe, yeah? So there is a lot of talk at the minute, and a lot of people are hoping that Onslaught will be written into that Marvel Universe and future films, and possibly will be the next Thanos. Onslaught is a difficult character to add in, because put him up against any of the Marvel characters,
he's just going to wipe the floor with them.
He would wipe the floor with him, because
so
he is basically,
not really much point in
and that is why they've struggled bringing Onslaught into the movies and stuff. But you know, I'm going to start trying to collect comics. I'm collecting comics that interest me. I've been doing a lot of research, and hopefully viewers of my channel will follow me through this journey. So I'm going to open up the comic and show you what I've bought. What I'm trying to do now is collect first editions and first appearances. So I think that's a really cool thing to have. Yes, and I think this is a cool piece to have in the collection. You know, the very first appearance
Where are you going to be putting
Onslaught.
them?
So I'm buying a crate. No, I'm buying a crate, so they'll be going in my crate, so I can get them out.
Okay. Where's the crate going to go?
It'll just go beside my desk. And also, I'm going to get some slabs. So coming soon on this channel, I will show you how to slab your own comic. I found a supplier of that, and then a few of them will go up on the wall as well. So comic books are slabbed in a protective like Perspex case that keeps them. A lot of those are UV, protect from UV light, obviously dust, and just keep them in mint condition. Yeah, I'm not going to be sending them off for grading, but what I've found is a place
Seriously?
that sells the actual slabs that you can, DIY slabs, so you can slab it yourself. I only want to do it to put on the wall, and like I said, they protect from UV lights and everything else, so that's really, really cool. Over there's going to be all comics.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
What? Where's
Well,
your,
you can mix and match as well.
Where's your arcade gonna go?
There.
Oh, so you're gonna have just like 6
Yeah,
comics.
yeah.
Or something.
And then you can mix and match, because the slab yourself DIY stuff, you can bring them out and change the decor in the geek room. I'm going to be getting as many first editions, and basically if I see a comic that interests me and I think, that's worth doing a bit of research and finding out a bit more about that character, then that is what I'm doing. I'm not pretending to know everything about X-Men or Onslaught, certainly not, but
Definitely not.
it's something that I've enjoyed research, and here it comes. There we go. And it was near mint condition. It's never
What,
been...
it's a woman?
No, that's not Onslaught.
What?
Look, Onslaught is the hand. There's the comic.
Is it Jean Grey that has got the red hair? Who's got the red hair?
Yeah, it's Jean Grey.
Kaz?
Yeah, it's Jean Grey. So there's the comic, and I'll give you a closer look on the camera. So I've got it in my hand. So the date of June '96. Look at what condition that is in, and I'll give you a closer up look of this. I'm not going to get it out the bag and board because it's never been out. So this is 26 years old, X-Men comic, first edition that features Onslaught. Like I said, massive sort of X-Men villain, and could well feature in future Marvel films. So let me know what you think of that. What I'm also going to do on these comic videos is also do a little feature called Comic Book Corner, where I am going to discuss, research, and just put out there a little bit more information on the collecting of comics. The precursor to Marvel Comics was founded in 1939 by pulp magazine publisher Martin Goodman. Pulp magazines, often referred to as the pulps, were inexpensive fiction magazines that were published from 1896. Incidentally, the pulps gave rise to the term pulp fiction. But in order to capitalise on the growing popularity of comic books, especially those starring superheroes, Martin Goodman created Timely Comics. Timely's first comic book was Marvel Comics #1, the cover dated October 1939, which featured several superhero characters, most notably the Human Torch and the Submariner. Timely Comics introduced many superhero characters during comics' golden age in the 1940s. Most importantly, Captain America, who first appeared in Captain America Comics #1 in March 1941, and here he is decking Adolf Hitler in that first issue. Timely characters were often portrayed as fighting against the Nazis and the Japanese even before the United States had entered World War II. As the 1940s came to a close, superheroes fell out of vogue with comic book readers, and Timely cancelled the last of its comic books in this genre in 1950. In 1951, Goodman formed his own distribution company, and Timely Comics became Atlas Magazines. Though there was a brief experiment in bringing back superheroes such as Captain America in 1953, Atlas's output was mostly in other genres such as humour, westerns, horror, war and science fiction. In 1956, rival company DC Comics ushered in the so-called Silver Age of comics by reintroducing superhero titles with significant commercial success. In the early 1960s, Atlas then changed its name to Marvel Comics. For several decades, Marvel and DC were the top companies in the industry. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Marvel changed hands numerous times, becoming a publicly held company in 1991. Questionable management decisions and a general slump in sales in the comic book industry drove Marvel Comics into bankruptcy in 1996. The company emerged from bankruptcy in 1998 and began to diversify its output and expanding its cinematic offerings under the Marvel Studios banner. In 2007, Marvel began publishing digital comics. In 2009, the Walt Disney Company purchased the parent company of Marvel Comics for $4 billion. That is the brief corporate history of Marvel.
Lovely.
And so give me your comments on this then, because I know you've been taking the piss the whole way through this video. But what's your feelings
I
on
would
this?
say, please do not ever send anything away to be graded.
No. See, I'm not interested in the grading side of things.
Don't buy anything for more than like £25 without saying to me that you're buying it if you think somebody's going to be in it.
What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, I have spent more than £25 actually. But on the particular comic that's over there that's going to be coming up on this channel soon, and I'm absolutely cannot wait to get that out of the box and have a look at that. It's a first edition of a very, very successful and famous TV series. What are you doing, Abby? What did you think that was going to be? It's a picture of us in here.
Where's that going to go? Lovely. Oh, it's a lovely one.
Does anyone want to win it? It's a giveaway. Who would like to win this? Let me know in the comments below. We've got a few of them. I don't know why. No, your mum did then.
No, you asked me mother for one, and she said, "Oh, you should have one as well. Your mother should have one. Your mother should have one."
So back to the comic. Yeah. So this probably, if I went to grade this at a grading company, this would probably be graded extremely high. Let me know, what do you think of this video? What do you think of this concept? Let me know. Any advice, anything, comments below. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm happy with that. My first comic, very first edition that features Onslaught. Why are you really? Because you like X-Men, so
yes,
why are you against this comic? Oh, are you against it? What do you honestly think of this?
I think comics are ridiculous, but if you want to do it, then go
How
on.
nice is that going to be up on the wall?
Yes, it does. I must admit, yes. Okay, I think the graphic is very, very nice, but why would I sit there and read a comic? I'd much rather sit and read a book.
I'm not reading that.
That'd be stupid, wouldn't it?
Right, that's it. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. I do mystery boxes, Funkos, and now comic books. And like I said, I'm going to enjoy this, even if you're going to take all the way through. That's it. Thanks for watching. Till next time, TTFN.